Hey, welcome to day 5 of the 30 Days of Transformations. If you don't know what this is, it is 30 days of me challenging myself to show up here live to talk about ways that basically different transformations that I have gone through as I've learned to love my body. So it's a challenge for me to show up every day. And the challenge for you is that every single day I'm going to give a little something, a little action step that you can do to get yourself one step closer. And it might just be a journaling prompt, right? Some reflection, it might be an affirmation, it might be something else. So like I said, today is day 5. And today our topic is not having any guilt around food or really when I need rest or listening to my body, basically. Not having any guilt around that. And this is huge, okay? Because for most of my life, I think like most people, most women that I speak to struggle with this as well. For most of my life, I struggled with this. I would eat a certain food, I would do a certain thing, and I would feel so guilty, right? It would like wash over me. I don't know if you've seen that. There's a little cartoon, I've seen it going around on the internet, where it's, you know, somebody ate a brownie. Oh, I was so bad, I ate a brownie, and somebody else is like, you know, you didn't commit murder, Sheila, you ate a brownie. Like it's true, but like how many of us go around and like, oh, I did this, I was so bad. I did this bad thing, or I feel so guilty, I ate some ice cream, or I indulged, or I had a nap, right? I took a nap in the afternoon, I feel really guilty about that, I shouldn't have done that. That was me for most of my life, and I know that there's a good chance that it might be you as well. You know, for years I felt guilty about food. This whole good food versus bad food thing, that's an interesting topic. You know, I mean, even as far as resting, right? That's another really important point, is that for a long time, I didn't allow myself time to rest. So if I was really tired, I would push through and keep going. And if, you know, the odd day that I did allow myself to rest, I'm talking about like a Sunday, right? Where you just need a day off. The odd day that I would allow myself to have a day off, by 4 or 5 in the afternoon, I would start having this like remorse almost come over me. Like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have gotten off the couch. I should have done more. Shoulda. And I was living in this world of like, I should have, instead of just being in my body and being okay with listening. So one big thing that has really helped transform this for me is what we talked about on day 4, and that is my worth, okay? Discovering that you are worthy of happiness, worthy of love, worthy of affection, worthy of everything, worthy of eating delicious food, worthy of taking a nap. Discovering that you're worthy is a really big thing, okay? This is something that I work with all of my one-on-one clients. This is something that we really focus on in the Body Love Bootcamp. Discovering your worth is like the linchpin. Okay, and discovering your worth is something that, again, many women struggle with, especially related to body image. Okay, these two things are they have a very complicated relationship. And as you begin to discover your worth, you realize that, like, you know, I'm worth taking a nap. I'm worth listening to. I'm worth putting the energy in for what I need. And that's why on day 4, your affirmation was, I am worthy. Okay, and affirmations are powerful. If you've never done affirmations before, I really want to encourage you to try it out. Okay, an affirmation is simply a positive sentence, you know, written in the present, like I am worthy. You write it somewhere, excuse me, you write it somewhere that you can see it. So it might be like a Post-it note stuck to your mirror, it might be your phone screensaver. And twice a day, you look yourself in the eye in a mirror and you read it out loud to yourself. And, you know, so it would just be 7 a.m. every day. You walk to the mirror and you look at yourself and you say, I am worthy. And then you get on with your day. And the beautiful thing is that you do it once and you're like, well, that was weird. And you do it 10 times and you're like, okay. But it's repetition. It's repetition, okay? And that is one of the most powerful ways I have found to really begin shifting, okay? That can be like just the little beginning part. The other thing is that there really is, if we just look at food specifically, there is no good or bad food. Food is food. Food does not have morality attached to it, right? A brownie is not good or bad. A brownie is a brownie. A brownie is chocolate. A brownie is delicious. So a way that I have reframed this for myself, and that has really helped a lot of people, is it health promoting or is it not? Right? Is it improving your health or is it taking away from your health? And the thing with this is that health is multifaceted. Okay, health is not your number on a scale. Health is, yes, it is your weight. Of course, that's part of it. But health is also, your organ health. It's your skin. It's how your body's functioning. It's, are you hydrated? Health is emotional health. Are you happy? Health is mental health. And so health is so many things. So is that brownie good for you, on the scale? Maybe not. But is it good for you in a really nourishing, wholesome way? Damn right it is. So when we look at food in being health promoting or not, it can really help to turn that around. So I really want to encourage you, if you find yourself, just really start noticing, do you refer to food as good food or bad food? Or do you refer to yourself as I was good for having eaten this or bad for having eaten this? Because that kind of vocabulary can really be kind of detrimental. So it's really good to start being aware of it so that you can replace it, so that you can try something else. And then the most wonderful thing about this is that, this whole transformation, this whole losing the guilt around, around food, losing guilt around listening when my body needs something, is that as my relationship with my body continues to improve, because it is an ever evolving thing, right? You're never just like hit the level and you're there. You're constantly growing and changing and morphing, and it's really awesome. And as you continue to evolve, you really, for myself, I'm really still constantly learning to embrace my needs, learning to listen to my body, and have this relationship with my body that is really nourishing and really respectful. Okay, so if you had a friend that came to you and was like, hey, I really need you to listen. I really need a day of rest. I really need something. If you were like, suck it up, you'll be fine. Like, number one, that's really disrespectful, especially if you were in a situation where you could potentially help them and you just went, meh, I don't really care, and shoved them away or ignored them. That's really disrespectful. You wouldn't want to be friends with somebody who did that repeatedly, right? Again and again and again. Yet, if you were in the same situation like I was for many years, you're doing that to yourself. I need a nap. I need a day of rest. I need some fun. I need something. And you're like, no, not important. No. That's a very unhealthy pattern to get into, but it is a very easy pattern to get into. So as you learn to love your body, you move through all these different stages where you go from like kind of hatred to dislike to acceptance, and then you kind of start liking it. And within that, there's kindness and respect and compassion. And when you are developing all of these different wonderful feelings for your body, you begin to listen, and honoring your body and respecting what it tells you is really, it's part of the process. And I really think that's kind of the linchpin here. That's the big thing, is that as my body image has improved, I've started listening. I tune in now. I don't ignore it. I don't tune it out. And that's really one of the most beautiful things about this specific transformation. So as you learn to love your body, really you reduce this guilt, and you can embrace your needs. You can embrace your wants. This is not about going the other extreme and just indulging in every single thing that you could ever want and spoiling yourself. It's about tuning in. Okay, it's about tuning into your body. It's about listening to what your body wants, listening to what your body needs, and respecting it. Okay, and treating yourself with kindness and treating yourself with compassion, and not beating yourself up for eating a certain food or feeling guilty because you took a Sunday off and watched some Netflix or something like that. So I really just want, itchy leg. I really just want to encourage you to grab your journal today and really just reflect on this, exactly what we're talking about. Do you struggle with this? Do you feel guilt when you eat certain things or when you do certain activities? Are you a shoulder? I should have done that. I should have done that. I should have eaten that, or I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Really just reflect on that, if that is you, and if you feel that that's serving you, right? If it is serving you, then awesome. But I can tell you it wasn't serving me. It really just wasn't. And if you can start getting real about if this is serving you, then you can start asking the question, do I want to change this? Is it time to upgrade how I'm doing this? Is it time to upgrade how I'm living? Upgrade my thought patterns? Because once you kind of reach that place where you realize something isn't working, it does sometimes take time before you decide that you're ready to change. But once you're ready, it's kind of amazing. And getting rid of this guilt, getting rid of these these shoulds, is one of the most beautiful, freeing things. I gotta tell you, it really is amazing. So that is day 5. No guilt around food, no guilt around rest or listening to my body. So I really want to encourage you, do this journaling prompt. If you haven't been watching up until now, go back and watch the videos, okay? They're all here. And like I said, each one has its own prompt. Each one has its own little thing for you to do. Okay, so that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day or evening or morning or whatever time of day it is. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow for day 6.